I'm Jacoby Jackson, and this is my Module 1 discussion response. So my content area is secondary or high school English. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the cake recipe and the relation to students and adapting to make accommodations so that they can still reach their goals. So for the cake recipe, we all had to take things out and switch things around to meet the expectations and still reach the end goals of making a good cake. And that's kind of what we have to do in the classroom. If there's a student or students that you have to make accommodations for to still reach those end goals that you have for those students and they have for themselves, you have to change things around and adapt. The same way we had to change things around and adapt to bake our cakes. We changed a lot, but we still had the same end result in mind. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is my mock class pretest. So my mock class had the pretest on the 2024 South Carolina College and Career Ready Standards. So my class, majority of the class did not meet or approaches expectations. 58% did not meet expectations at all, and only 1%, only one person exceeded expectations. So for me, as an instructor, my DOK, my depth of knowledge, I go in seeing that there's a lot to improve on. There's a lot to build on. And with that, my expectations for my EOC, my end of course assessment, is to showcase that my students were able to attain and get the knowledge that they needed to meet expectations or exceed expectations. And with that, I want to go back to the cake recipe. So I have basically a whole class that doesn't know what's going on. And I would have to go into that situation with the with the idea that I'm going to have to change things around to help accommodate each and every one of my students, because literally the whole class doesn't know what's going on basically. So I have to go in and understand that I might have to change things around to figure out what is the best fit for my students. What is the best fit for them to learn and grasp and retain the knowledge needed to either meet or exceed expectations for the 2024 SC College and Career Ready Standards. So my final question is, as instructors, how do we find and identify the indicators that our whole class is struggling with a certain subject and the content area? And how do we find that silver lining between where it starts and where it ends, and how we try to prevent that from never happening again? So thank you for your time.